concern that I hear from more progressive Democrats is they feel like you and Phil Weiser don't exactly have bold progressive visions for Colorado, and that's keeping them out of this race at this point. What would you say to that progressive voter?
Well, I'd say that I agree that Phil Weiser doesn't have a bold progressive vision for Colorado. I'm the only candidate in this race who said that we should have a public option for health care, who says that we should join states like Washington and California to create a cap and invest program so we're actually managing our climate emissions, and the only candidate in the country who's running on a platform of ensuring that no working person has to spend more than 30% of their income on housing. I think those are bold plans, and I think they distinguish me from my opponent in this race.
I say to that voter, do you want a candidate backed by out-of-state billionaires, corporations, and dark money? Because that's the campaign Michael Bennett's brought to you. Or do you want a candidate who wants to take on Citizens United here in Colorado, do something about who controls our elections? I'm running a people-powered campaign. What you can know as a voter in Colorado is I fight for you.
I hear from a number of folks that think that, Democrats who think that both of you would make fine governors and don't really have a concern about the other one being governor, and they're kind of sitting paralyzed, not sure what to do with their ballot. What do you say to that voter?
Well, first of all, make sure you vote. Don't be paralyzed. It's an amazing opportunity as an American, as a Coloradan, to be able to vote, and I hope that everybody does vote. Obviously, I'd love you to vote for me, and what I'd say to you is that I have much broader experience than Phil does. I have worked in the private sector. I've worked as a superintendent of schools, leading an important reform of our education system, and I've spent 3 terms in the Senate fighting for Colorado at the highest level of our government, protecting 700,000 acres of public land, passing the child tax credit to cut childhood poverty in half in this nation in Colorado. And I think those are the kind of bold moves that we have to make as a state. And frankly, that's why I'm running for governor.
We have to choose, and we have to choose what's best for Colorado. And I got at this in the last answer, and it's really important that people think about it. Michael Bennett will be chair of a committee this fall when the Democrats take the Senate, the Agriculture Committee. Colorado will be well served to have his seniority, his relationships, his expertise. If he were to be governor, unlike me, he doesn't know state government. He's never worked in state government in an executive role, which means he'd have a multi-year learning curve. I'm ready on day one. My answer to those voters is you can have us both. You can have us both in the positions we can do the most good for Colorado.
As Attorney General Phil Weiser and Senator Michael Bennet making their closing pitch to voters, specifically undecided Democratic primary voters, who are likely to determine Colorado's next governor, as Republicans have only succeeded in electing one governor in this state in the last 55 years.